Hi, everybody. My name is Kerrie and I'm here with another edition of the Melt Insider. Today, I'm here with Cheri Dean. Welcome, Cheri.
Hello.
Thank you for being here today. So, Cheri, tell us where you live and how you first heard about the Melt method.
Okay. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I believe I first heard about the melt method um, online. And honestly, I think that I just somehow it stuck in my brain, and I looked up how and what it was, and it seemed like shortly thereafter, a class was offered in Cincinnati. And it was like a 1 day workshop, hour and a half. And I went to it, did the hand and foot treatment, got on a foam roller, and I was shocked. I mean, when I first laid on the foam roller, I feel that I think I remember having a little tear at my eye because it just released everything that had been, being held in my body, it felt like at that moment. So I shared the experience with some of the folks that I teach. And we couldn't get into another workshop, but we went for a hand and foot treatment. And because I knew some of their issues, and not to mention my own, but anyhow, so we went and I said, I'm going to get trained for the hand and foot treatment. And they're like, well, we'll come. So it's been about 4 years since I've got hand and foot treatment.
And so Cheri's talking about foam roller, right? And people say, oh yeah, I foam roll. I don't need to melt. But the melt foam roller is super squishy and soft, and it doesn't hurt to get out of pain, right? It's like we don't iron ourselves like shirts. We don't roll over our IT band and make ourselves cry in pain. The tears that come are usually tears of joy and relief because it feels so good. And it's so super subtle. We use these super soft balls and soft rollers, and it's so subtle and it can make such amazing, profound changes. So is there something that Melt has helped you with specifically that you want to talk about?
You know what? It seems like a lot of different areas have been helped by Melt, but in particular, my feet and my hands. I mean, I had no idea how much stress was, I have bunions and some, lots of foot conditions, but just doing, if my feet are aching, maybe give them a rest and then do my hands, and magically my feet are starting to feel better. And so just having that indirect approach was so impressive to me. But I have had some back problems and lower back, SI, and just having worked on that, having gone to other treatment methods, I'm always a fan of actually being able to get there on my own and using my own body sense to release that. So SI joint shear on the roller. One of my favorite things is the rebalancing sequence, just to kind of like, it's almost like it knits me back together.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Brain, breath, and body, just like, here you are. And what other, I love, gliding and shearing on the back of the legs. My calves feel better, my feet feel better. So just almost everything seems to feel better.
It's such an amazing tool that we have in our tool belt, right? It's like, it's such a great complement to every other thing that we're doing, whether it's going for chiropractic treatments or PT or seeing massage therapist. I know massage therapists that have worked on clients, and all of a sudden their clients feel different. Their tissue feels different, and they'll say, what are you doing? Your tissue feels so much different to me. And because the client says, I've been doing this melt thing, we have so many massage therapists coming into the training because they know something is definitely happening. The tissue feels different. It's
Right.
such a great complement to chiropractic, PT, massage therapy, but also to add into things like Pilates and yoga and CrossFit. It just helps enhance everything that you can do. It really is the missing link. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah.
Absolutely. They know they cannot get away without melting their hands and feet before yoga.
Yeah.
Before I also teach Pilates.
Yeah.
Um,
So you
uh,
combine both yoga and melt and Pilates and melt?
yes,
Awesome. Yeah.
yes. I'm like, we have to get to the gateway of our body,
Yeah.
before we get into our practice.
Exactly.
So yes, I've been doing that for quite a while. And I used to teach some corporate classes, and people had no idea what was going on with their hands and their neck and their shoulders.
Yeah.
And the hand treatment did amazing things for them. But yes, I incorporate every opportunity that I can, and carry my melt balls everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
and my
sign of a
kids.
true melt instructor. You've got balls
Yes.
everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, I have a million stories with that. My kids laugh at me. They're like, "Mom, you're not telling them about melting." Yes, I am. But my daughter was a ballet dancer, had several injuries, so we believe in it in our family for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cheri, do you teach classes? Do you teach melt classes? We kind of already touched on that, but if so, when and where?
Okay, I have taught workshops. I've taught mini classes for introductory classes is what I'll say. I teach them in the Cincinnati East Side area primarily, but there has been times I've traveled. And right now I'm teaching on Zoom for the last year. We just opened doors at the Anderson Park District, and we are doing some in-person Pilates and yoga classes, but we are looking at dates for ASAP to get a melt full body class going.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll put all of Cheri's contact information so you can look her up and take classes with her in the descriptions of this video. And if you would like to tell me your melt story, I'll also link my email in the descriptions as well. Cheri, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Kerrie. I really
Happy
appreciate
melting,
it.
everyone.
Happy melting.